My name is George Isaac Jordan. I was born on the 13th of June 1946. Presently, I reside at 64 Wellington Street in Amsterdam, West Coast, Demerara, Guyana. Fellow citizens of the world, but more especially citizens of Guyana, I'm recording and circulating this video to enlighten you as to the level of corruption, harassment, and lies being perpetrated and orchestrated on unsuspecting Guyanese citizens by agents and supporters of the People's Progressive Party Civic Administration. I am a migrant Guyanese who returned to Guyana from the Bahamas on July 19, 2013. Before my return, I investigated and communicated with the website and officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in relation to its remigration scheme for returning Guyanese. This process was started as early as 2010. I complied with all the requirements necessary, but on my return, I was subjected to an attempt to deny me duty-free concession on one item, 1996 Grand Cherokee Jeep. While duty-free concessions was granted on every other item on my list that I submitted to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I took the matter to the court since the Commissioner General of the GRA was claiming that I must pay $7.823 million Guyana dollars as customs duty. The case was decided on by the Acting Chief Justice of Guyana, who ruled that I did not qualify for duty-free concession because the said vehicle arrived in the country before the applicant, George Isaac Jordan. This is the most amazing ruling, since I wonder whether this supposed learned gentleman is aware that all the items on which I was granted duty-free concession arrived in the country before the applicant, George Isaac Jordan. There seems to be some situation unknown to me that is very special about this Jeep. Why has this item been singled out by the GRA? It is important to note that when the case first surfaced, the GRA contended that I, George Isaac Jordan, had breached the law by not registering and insuring the vehicle in the Bahamas. However, George Isaac Jordan was able to show that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the agency that is supposed to properly advise migrants about the requirements to access duty-free concessions, had never done so in keeping with the GRA requirements. The Learned Commissioner General, Khurshid Sattar, attempted to extricate himself and the GRA by pleading that he could not be held responsible for the publications of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the migrants, including George Isaac Jordan. This learned gentleman somehow does not agree that since the agencies are responsible for the planning, implementation, and execution of the migration scheme, both the GRA and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs ought to collaborate and ought to share responsibility. These two agents have done nothing but shift the goalposts in an attempt to frustrate the applicant George Isaac Jordan. I have published on my Facebook page all relevant documentation in the form of court documents filed at the deeds registry of the Supreme Court. The matter is now headed to the Appeal Court of Guyana, which is supposed to review the proceedings of the Supreme Court. The judgment of the learned active Chief Justice appears to be creating a precedent, which to my mind has no legal basis and bearing in relation to the evidence in this case. I, George Isaac Jordan, is submitting that the ruling be scrapped for two reasons. A. That the GRA granted duty-free concessions on all other items save jeep which arrived in the country before the applicant George Isaac Jordan. B. That there is no legal precedent to support the decision of the acting Chief Justice of Guyana. Thank you, comrades, and keep listening.